Hey everyone, we're back with a tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to whitelist people for in-game perks and other stuff like that. So first of all, we're gonna go to the view tab and get some important stuff like the explorer, properties, and the output. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a script in script service. Let's add a local script and starter GUI. Okay, so now first let's define the player. First of all, local player equals game dot players dot local player. Okay, so now we're gonna create a table. Well, if you don't know what a table is, a table is something in which we can store multiple values. Like it's like variable, but we can store multiple values in one table. Okay, so let's create a table. Local whitelisted people equals. Okay, so now we're gonna create a curly bracket and press enter. So now we can enter the name of the people we want to be whitelisted. So let's say console. Okay, you have to enter the username, and the username should be exact from their real one, and console, and let's say Mr. Flam. Okay, so it's very important to add a comma here after every value, and obviously we're gonna not add a comma at the last one. So yeah, here we have two values here. Okay, so let's say I want to give these guys some like 1000 coins for free. Okay, like Mr. Flam is a big YouTuber, and like if he plays my game, he gets some free coins. So let's go to script service, add a script, and let's first create the leader stats. Okay, so game players dot player added connect function. Now as a parameter I'm gonna add player, and now let's make the leader stats local leader stats equals instance dot new. Now here I'm gonna say it's dot new folder. Okay, so here I'm gonna say leader stats dot parent equals player leader stats dot name equals leader stats. I'm gonna create a currency, local cash equals instance dot new. Now I'm gonna say here integer value cash dot value equals 0, cash name equals cash parent equals leader stats. So now we have created the leader stats. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a table and check if the player's name is in the whitelisted people. So let's say for IV, okay, in pairs. Now in the bracket I'm gonna enter the table's name, whitelisted people, do an end. Okay, so what this loop is gonna do, it's gonna loop through this table, and now we're gonna say if player dot name equals v, then it equals v. Yeah, so what we did here is we created a whitelisted people table, and here we have usernames of the people who are whitelisted. And now we created a loop. This loop will loop through this table and check if player.name equals v. V is referred to every single value in here. Okay, so now we're gonna say if the player's name is equal to v, which means the whitelisted people. So then we're gonna give them some cash. Player dot cash equals player dot cash. No wait. Player dot leader stats dot cash value equals. I'll copy this, paste it here, and plus 1000. Okay, so let's try playing the game. Now the default cash value should be 0, but because I'm comself and in the whitelisted people I have 1000 cash. Okay, you can see it here. So what actually happened here? First of all, we created a script, a leader stat script. What we're doing here, we're creating a function which will be triggered when which will connect whenever this event is triggered, player added event. So whenever a player is added, it's going to connect this function and store the player in this parameter. So now we created a folder in the player, okay, and its name is leader stats. This folder has will contain all the currency and values. So we have a currency called cash, its parent is leader stats, its value is 0. So let's try removing comself from the whitelisted people and play the game. As you can see that I have 0 cash, but if I go back to the script and add myself back in the whitelisted people, you can see that I have 1000 cash. So now you might have seen some games, like when a popular YouTuber plays their game, they have a GUI which pops up and says like, thank you for playing our game. But how do they know that that YouTuber is playing their game? So I'm going to show that to you how to do that as well. So we're going to go to screen GUI, we're going to add a text label, and I'm going to put it in the center, and let's make its background to background transparency to 1. The text should be scaled, color should be white. Let's change the text to thank you so much for playing our game, and let's add Flamingo. Okay, because Flamingo is a big YouTuber. Wait. Yeah, so I'm gonna scale the text a bit like this. I'm gonna add it in the middle. Okay, or let's say comself because I cannot use his account. Lol. Okay, so I have this GUI. I'm gonna change it visible to false for now. Okay, so now I'm gonna get 1000 cash, and let's say local GUI equals player, wait for child, player GUI and dot plain GUI dot label dot visible equals true, and now we're gonna wait 3 seconds, and I'm gonna make it back invisible. False. Okay. Oh wait, actually I created a variable here and I'm changing its value in the variable, so I'm gonna just say GUI visible. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, paste it here. Wait, see, we make it true and just get rid of the spaces. Okay, so now as you can see that I'm in the whitelisted people, so it should make the GUI visible. So it didn't make screen GUI is not available. Okay, I think we should use a wait for child here as well. Wait for child. Screen GUI. Okay, let's try now. Let's try running it again. Okay, so you can see that the GUI is visible and it went invisible again. So if I remove myself from the whitelist people, and now if I play the game, you can see that the GUI didn't pop up and I still have 0 cache. So yeah, that was it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys learned something new, and yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions or got any errors, let me know in the comment section down below, or I also have a Discord server. The link will be in the description. You can join that as well. So yeah, peace out.